Hey, geeks and gamers, Alex here. Just wanted to pop in and talk for a little bit about a game I've been playing recently. So, I have been playing a brand new game. I've been playing a lot of brand new games. If you look here on screen, I'll put up the new games I have in my possession that have been playing. I haven't gotten the chance to dive that deep into all of them yet, but oh my god, it's been an insane few months for game releases that I have been interested in. One of the releases that came out is the game I'm talking about today, Hotel Barcelona. And this is going to be an impressions video. I'm doing it in the style of an editorial, so I can just kind of chit-chat. At some point down the line, I may review this. Who knows? I don't really do that many reviews anymore. But I wanted to at least talk about Hotel Barcelona because it's interesting. Hotel Barcelona is a game that has been on my radar because I am such a huge fan of Suda 51, and this game is co-developed by Suda 51 and Swery. Now, Swery, I am less familiar with his games. But I have played both of the Deadly Premonition games. Those I know pretty well. The other ones he's done, I haven't had a chance to play them yet, but I would like to play them. I think he did The Good Life. That game looked kind of cool. But, so yeah, I'm not as familiar with Swery's work, but I do respect him as a developer and what he brings to the table. And like I said, I did like Deadly Premonition and Deadly Premonition 2. I thought they were pretty cool games. But I'm a huge Suda 51 fan, and you probably know that if you watch this channel. So, of course, anything with Suda's involvement I want to check out. And Hotel Barcelona came out. It was priced at, I think it was $30. I think it's $29.99. So pretty decent price for a brand new game. And, yeah, here are my thoughts. Hotel Barcelona is interesting. This is a roguelike game, which, if you're not familiar with roguelike games, that means that the progression in this game is going to be dependent on, I guess, how resilient you are to its combat, because it's the kind of game where you're going to die over and over and over, and you're going to be trying to complete like runs, and each time you die you get a chance to like upgrade your character, and become stronger or add more health or add more combat abilities, whatever it is, which means that the next time you play, you're going to be a little better off. And that is something that I think is not for everyone, that sort of gameplay loop. But I can find that to be really addictive. And this game is like a 2.5D game. You play as Justine. She is a U.S. Marshal. And I won't talk too much about the story because I do think the story is one of the more interesting aspects of this game so far. I will just tell you that you're being not controlled, but influenced by some really shadowy serial killer type figure, and you are in Hotel Barcelona, and the grounds have been taken over by some of the most dangerous serial killers in the world, and it's your job as Justine to kill them all. Now, I don't know much past that at this point. I have met some of the other characters that run or are in the hotel, and they are interesting characters, to say the least, as you should expect from a game by these two. The hotel aspect of this game is where I really feel the Swery influence. The characters, the dialogue, just the overall vibe of exploring the hotel and talking to all the characters really makes me think of a game like Deadly Premonition. And then the combat and some of the enemy designs and some of the goofier elements of the game make me think a lot more of Suda and his work. And Suda's actually done this type of game before, not in a 2.5D perspective, but Let It Die was a huge game that he did for the PS4, and I think it's also on PC. And that one was like a Souls-like, but it was also a roguelike game. And I liked Let It Die quite a bit, and I see elements of that game also present here. So I'm excited to really dive into what this game has to offer. Let It Die did have a little more of like a free-to-play aspect, so this one being a paid game, makes me pretty excited. I did notice that the levels have routes, so there is some replayability there, and there's multiple levels to go through on the hotel campgrounds, I guess you would call it. I don't know what you call it, the grounds of the hotel. There's different areas to go through and fight. The combat has been a little sluggish so far, but I think that's just like the vibe of the game. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's just something that I have to adapt to, and I haven't done it yet, which means I haven't gotten very far. But that hasn't dissuaded me from from playing more and trying again and again. Something that I thought was pretty cool was I actually came across a character. Well, first, I came across this pinball table in the hotel. And I was like, okay, cool. There's like a little pinball table game, but I have to have coins to play. So I meet this bartender character, and he's like, hey, if you find ears out in, whenever you're exploring or whatever, bring them back to me, and I will give you coins for them. So I did. I traded him some severed ears for some coins. And then I was like, cool, I can go try that pinball game now. So I went over, I started playing this pinball machine, and I was just like, this is like a fun little side thing, right? And then I I don't know if you know pinball that well, if you're listening to this, but like pinball has, like most pinball games, most pinball tables have objectives. And I completed different objectives on this pinball table, which activated a boss fight with the mechanical baby. And it turned into like an actual, and like I lost the boss fight because I don't think I was near leveled up or had the skills to take this thing on yet. But oh my god, like I was not expecting a hidden boss fight in this pinball table, and it blew my mind while I was playing. I was cackling at how absurd that like series of events was. So yeah, and the game itself has a nice presentation. It is fully, voice acted and stuff. Yeah, I really like Hotel Barcelona so far. I'm enjoying this one. I see that on Steam it's got mixed reviews, so I'm wondering what that's about. But so far, I think this is like worth the $30, and I'm sure it'll go on sale eventually. Black Friday's coming up, so I'm sure it'll be on sale then too. If you see it for $20, I definitely think it's worth it. If you're a fan of like roguelike games, or you're a fan of games that have like an interesting story and premise, because like I can tell already, I've met characters in the hotel, and also the other character that is like inside of me, the Dr. Carnival character. I can tell that there's a lot more going on than what's surface level, so I'm interested to see like where the story goes from this point. But I can safely say, like, as a Suda51 fan, I'm happy with this game, and I will be playing a lot more of it. And like I said, down the line I may do a video on it or something, or talk about it at some point. But I definitely think it's worth your time. Now, as a Swery fan, I do, as a Deadly Premonition fan, I should say, I also find enjoyment in it. But as strictly a Swery fan, I'm not sure. Again, because I haven't played other games in his catalog. So, yeah, if you're a fan of Swery or the Suda51 and you're playing this, let me know in the comments what you think so far of Hotel Barcelona. There is a multiplayer aspect to this game, I believe, that I haven't experienced yet. And you know what? There is something else I wanted to bring up. So, with it being a roguelike, you die, obviously, and then you retry. I think one of the coolest elements is that there's, like, these phantoms each time you do it. So, when you play, like, a kart racer or something, and you have, like, ghosts from previous trials, you try to do, like, a time trial, and there's, like, a ghost character that you race with. That's the idea, but it's you from a previous run, and you can actually, like, play alongside the past version of you, and the past version of you will still, like, affect enemies that you guys come across. that's like a very cool concept for a roguelike. And I've gotten to a point now where I can get up to like me and then two more phantoms with me, like me and two phantoms. Like, and I don't know, it just kind of adds something that like I get to see the past version of myself, who will inevitably die at some point, but I get to see them not only like what I did on that run, but also like they can kind of help me out as I go along. That's a cool concept. Hotel Barcelona. I don't see this game blowing up or being anything huge. I think it'll be another weird game in both of these guys' catalog. But it's one that, if you are somewhat of an auteur and you like to play games that are kind of off the beaten path, this game is worth picking up. So do it. I got some other videos in the pipeline. I got a 5 Cheap Games. I got another video about the Steam Deck. Both of those have guests on them. And then I have another video concept that I'm working on that I'm still trying to work out, but it's like a totally different type of video I've never done before. So be on the lookout. I am working on new Turbo Zone content. Not just playing all of these new games, but my God, there's so many games right now. I love video games.
You wake up, then you puke. What are you? A depressed father in his mid-40s?
This isn't funny. It happens every time I come back.
A reflection of the strain placed on your soul, no doubt. Keep this up, and you truly might die someday.